Hey guys, and welcome to a new video on my channel on twin flames. Twin flames, one true love, the person that's meant to be with you, but also the trigger in person, the biggest mirror there is, and the person that pushes you onto the path to yourself. That's actually a more accurate name that we could give twin flames, which is like, hey, the person that will change you as much as you've never been changed before if you allow it, right? And it's not actually the person that changes you, it's yourself who doesn't even really change themselves but become who they already are deep inside. So you're just shedding layers and shedding old pieces that you don't need anymore of who you're not, right? That's a big difference. You don't need to change anything about you. You're perfect as you are, but wounds and false patterns, patterns you adopted in order to be loved, that aren't serving you any longer, that are keeping you unhealthy and unhappy, it's about shedding that. So, little introduction to what twin flames are, right? It's someone pushing you to be your best self and your true self, above all. Who you are at the core, who you are on a soul level. And as I said, you can allow that to happen, or you can run from it and hide and point fingers and say it's their fault and they're stupid and they're this and they're that and they're not healed and I am and what is this? Or you can go, okay, let's look at it. Things are coming up in this relationship for me. And yes, it's all about myself, so let me look at it, right? So today we're talking about, is it all worth it? Is it worth walking this path? Yvonne, would you recommend walking this path? Do you like it? Yes, it's fun. It's not always easy, as we know, but if we were asking, is it worth it? What are we truly asking? We're actually asking if, or you're asking me if you're asking this, right? Will I be with him? Will I be with her? Because as we start off on this journey, that's actually the goal we have in mind. We feel like, oh, I'll do anything to be with them, right? I'll do anything so they can come back to me. I'll do anything so we're happily united. And that's how you set off, like not set off, but how you start off. And then something changes, right? And along the journey, there is a shift within you. It's a slow shift. It's like not an all of a sudden shift, but it does exist. So you are starting off with that in mind. You're starting off the twin flame journey consciously, most of the time thinking, I just want him back, or I just want to be with her. I'm so in love, and she's rejecting me, or whatever it is. So that's your goal, but that, like so many things along the way, will change. It will change because you will start to shift focus. You will start to fall in love with falling in love with yourself. You will start to realize how rewarding it is to actually be healing all these blocks you have, or the wounds. Like, I don't want to say you're full of blocks. I'm not that kind of person, who goes, oh, you're not complete or you're not whole. You are whole, as I said, but you're just shedding what isn't you. So you are, along the path, you are starting to feel more peaceful. You're starting to live your life purpose. You're starting a new hobby. You're loving what you do. You love yourself. It doesn't mean you have them always in your heart, or you think about them frequently. You dream, you have all the signs, all that, but you learn to be at peace even with that. So that inner peace is what actually is not the driving force. The driving force is you wanting to be with them. That's the driving force. But as you go along, what you achieve through healing by them triggering you into you wanting to be with them, and then it shifts. What you gain from that, which is inner peace and well-being and a peace with yourself, with your life, loving yourself, loving your family, whatever it is, that starts to be a driving force in itself, because you want more of that. You want to feel yet better. You love how well you feel all of a sudden. You love how you love life all of a sudden. You love how you're not depressed anymore all of a sudden. You love how you feel free to do whatever you want with your life and to do what feels best to you. No matter if you have family, like what your situation is, but you have that inner knowing where you know you matter and you are important and it's all about you. So that inner peace, as I said, is sort of the reward, is sort of the result of the diligent inner work. And we know it's not easy at all. And it's not done overnight either. It does take perseverance. It does take patience. It does take commitment. It does take swimming upstream for years. Oh my gosh. You're swimming upstream. You're swimming against the stream of society, what society dictates to you, what you should be doing, what you should be wanting, that you should get married, that you should do this, that you should move there, that whatever it is, you're swimming upstream, you're swimming against the stream, and it's not always nice, so it does take something. So it's a valuable question to go, is it worth it, So I ask you, is it worth it to be at peace in yourself? Is it worth it? Because that is what actually will become the question, and the answer, I can tell you, will be, oh my gosh, it's so worth it. I don't even know who I'd be without this journey. I don't even know who I'd be without all the healing I did, right? You will come to that place where you're like, this is priceless, honestly. This is priceless. The way I feel now, how much I'm at peace with myself, how much I know who I am, how much I'm not taking crap from anyone. Sorry, my voice. How much throat chakra, she's speaking her truth. How much she's not owing anyone anything, That's how you will be and feel, and there's nothing more valuable than that. And that inner peace, if you ask from a place of like, if you go, hey, is it worth it? Meaning, will I eventually get to be with them? You still feel your peace and your value and your happiness is outside of yourself in them, but through being with them. So you still feel they're sort of your source, that once you're with them, you will start to feel good. But that's not the case. It's the other way around. You start to feel good and you start to feel better and better and better. And you realize that your source comes from within, not your source. Your happiness comes from within. That you're your source, you and the divine, right? Because you don't feed yourself the energy that actually comes from somewhere else, right? So that's what you start to realize. So that inner peace cannot be given to you through a person, not even your twin flame. Like, as divine as the connection is, as good as you feel with them, as good as your banter is, as good as you teasing each other is, as good as the love making is, whatever you think is like so incredibly, overwhelmingly beautiful and amazing. But your inner peace can't be given to you through a person. No one can make you happy. I'm sure you've tried that before, like, come on, make me happy. Like, no, failed. I still feel triggered. I still feel anxious. I still feel upset. I still feel this. I don't know why I seem to have everything, but I don't really feel good. I don't know why, but I have it all, but what is this? I feel awful. For some reason, I feel awful. And I don't mean these moments of upheaval that we all go through that are part of life, right? And part of the spiritual journey above all. But it's something else, right? It's the expectation of someone giving you what you need. It's someone being responsible for the inner peace you want to feel. Someone being responsible for you accepting yourself and for you loving yourself. You feel that if they were with you, if they were in your life telling you every freaking day how amazing you are, then you will feel good about it. But I'm telling you something. They would tell you how amazing you are, and 2 seconds later, you already feel like they haven't said it in a while. They should be saying it more often, because it's not gonna last. Because it's just a quick fix, right? You hear words, you're like, oh, now I feel good. 2 seconds later, they're on a business trip and you're freaking out at home. You're like, what if he meets someone else? What if I'm not, what if, what? You know, you're not at peace. So do you really feel you get to enjoy that sort of relationship where you're not at peace with yourself? No. So the priceless thing is actually true. It's priceless for you to feel at peace with yourself, because no one can either pay you to have that, or no one can bring it to you, or no one can deliver it to you, or put it in you, or like swing around the magic wand and go, now you feel at peace. Well, voila. You know, your twin flame can make you feel peaceful for a night, or for a day, or for a week. And then what? It's not their presence that makes you happy. It's just not. And it will never be. So it's worth it walking this path, because it brings you what no one can take from you. No one can take your inner peace. It doesn't mean you get triggered. Yes, you get triggered. You're still human, you know. It doesn't mean you don't freak out on someone. Well, whatever, you know. We don't need to be holier than holy. That's not the goal. You get to be human. You get to have emotions. Yes, but you find something within you that you get to keep forever, and you get to build upon. You get to enlarge in that peace you feel. And they're not capable of giving that to you. They're just not, because it's not their purpose. Their purpose is for you to find it within you. Can't you tell? Can't you tell that they're pushing you away for a reason? Can't you tell that they're like abandoning you for a reason? Can't you tell that there's a purpose in them not wanting to be with you? Don't you see what has been happening since they left, or you broke up, or you got the space you needed, that you then got to focus on you? Again, this all implies that you have a right approach to the twin flame journey, that you use what is given to you in a senseful, no, but in a smart way. Right? It's not, hanging out on Facebook, on a Quora, whatever, and like leaving comments and posts of how unhappy you are, and how twin flames are toxic, and how he's a narcissist, and this is awful, and if he finally starts to realize and heal, then finally you would have a man by your side, but he's still being a child. It's not about whining and complaining and not getting what's going on. You're probably not in a twin flame situation if you go about it like that, because you don't seem to be mature enough to handle a twin flame situation. So it's not given to you. You're given what you can handle. And I'm not saying we all go through immense pain in the beginning. We all went through that. Yes. But then you man up, you woman up, and you realize, okay, I know intuitively, I see and I know this is something bigger than just a broken heart situation where I'm once again the victim, I'm left behind, blah blah blah. If you have that story going on for yourself, you might as well apply it to the twin flame situation, or a non-twin flame situation. You can apply it to everything. You're just like the victim, you're left behind. But if you're not doing that, if you have a healthy approach to it, and you realize deep down, you see, okay, something's going on here that is actually highly beneficial to me, and even though I don't want to admit it, and I'd rather be with him, but if I don't get to be with him, at least I see that this is taking me somewhere. Wow, I feel more peaceful already because I healed whatever, right? So that's what can happen, and that's what eventually, hopefully, will happen if you go about it the right way. If you need help going about it the right way, I do offer coaching. I am a coach. I do help you with your blocks and having that outside perspective on your situation. You don't need to do coaching. It's not an obligation. If you're happy with the videos, that's perfect. But if you want support, and many of you do, because it is highly challenging to walk alone, So if you want to be part of a community exchange, like I have a wonderful group in English and in German, one of each. There will be French eventually again. So if you're a French speaker, listen up. Also get in touch because we are gently preparing that. I used to have one and I then dropped it because it was just too much, all the languages, but now we're back with that. So yeah, do get in touch and tell us you're interested. And but yeah, so there the community aspect is really important. You know, coaching is one thing and I'll help you with your blocks, but being part of a group where all people are like-minded and going through the same thing basically, and you don't have to convince anyone that twin flames are real, that's such a relief. You know, so do yourself a favor and be part of a community, of a healthy one, hopefully, which is ours. So yeah, but anyways, now I forgot what I was saying before, but yes, it's worth it because you achieve something priceless that no one can take from you, that is longer lasting than quickly being with your twin flame and then separating because you realize that you each made each other a source of your happiness and you eventually clashed and burned and it didn't work out. No, the other thing is long is substantial. Is that the word? Well, it's of long duration. Oh my gosh, the language is disturbing each other. Anyways, so yeah, that's what I wanted to share today. Thanks so much for tuning in, and I hope to see you around. And I'm sending much love. Bye, guys. Bye.